now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They can't take it to 10. Hey.
S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out in my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase up the rings. What I do? Lace up the shoes.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
This is it. I'm 18.
Check 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Watson on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 75 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard after the 36.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level. One of the best players in the game.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll get this up to about the 40. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Let's go. Hurry, hurry. Alert, 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 alert.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Cordray Tankersley on the stop defensively.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check 55, Mike. Record.
Hurry. Kings.
55's Mike, guys, 55.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Mike, 55.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And we heavy on the edges.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
180! Regular.
Twist. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. All day, dog.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still try to throw it, and...
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Mike 41.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out.
Set. 180.
Check 55, Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
A toss play to Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking it in from 7 yards away as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check.
Out of the gun, Watson. Completes it to Miller. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Out. Shift. 54.
Now it's Watson. Setting up the screen for Miller. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 45 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Pick me up. Here we go. Watch out. Pistol.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. The sack there by J.J. Watt. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field. Check three. Sponge. No. Check.
A first down carry now for Miller. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm trying to collect.
Back at 55. 36, 34. Check.
Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He's got Fuller. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 30 yards there. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
We play to win. Let's go.
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL.
Hey, look. Check 43. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Miller, the lone setback. One man in the backfield. That's Miller. 2nd and goal.
Get that ball. Check. Hey, 59. Shoot. Hey, 31. 24.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. And let's go.
Now Watson being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Dylan Cole. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm here all day.
After the interception, here's Watson. It's complete. Stills. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Get in the weight room.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He's going to sling this deep down. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Strong right. Strong right. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Deuce. Quick down. Watch out.
Mayfield looks to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt, his 2nd sack of the night. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Point it right. 25, check 25.
final play of the half, Mayfield. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Chubb. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Mayfield. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Set, 20. Right there in the middle, 55. Run. All day. Run. Hey. Real. Buzz. Watch out.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Hey, alert 33. Football. Topper.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Hurry. Don't get nervous. Hey, alert 33.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Watch safety creep.
Real.
Safety's creeping.
X3. 218. Chopper.
Here's Mayfield. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter with his man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They were making plays.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, 32 yards. And the Browns get a score closer. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
You can't block me. You can't block me. He's coming. He's coming. Double up.
Back to throw, Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 47 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
No. 31.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
You ready? Set. Check 52.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
On 2nd and a couple. Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. It's caught. Beckham. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Texans scoop it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Reset. 19.
Mike 58 right there. Watch the run. Check it.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
It's 2nd down.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Watson, off play action. He finds Hopkins complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
35. 1st down, Texans.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. And we're back now here in Cleveland. Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll go with a draw. Watson hands to Miller, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Miller. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Watson now to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Brings up 3rd and
180. Kings. Let's go. Shoot. Hey, alert. Pistol. Hey, seam 6. One touch.
Throwing, Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Nick Chubb stops short. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Don't get it. 54. Kill. 49. Check 49.
They'll run on 1st down. Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
56. Pick it up.
54.
Check your hot read.
On 2nd down, it's Griffin. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Check 56. Hey, here we go.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Buying time to his left. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
Set. 19.
Mott's 56.
Here we go.
From the red zone now, Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. From 19 yards away as his guys continue to pour it on. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking that time for Stills, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check, 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 check.
On 3rd down, Griffin. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Slam. Check 31. Check 31. 59, 59.
And they'll run for it with Miller. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They keep it with Miller on 1st down. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Check, check. Line up, go. 44, Mike, 44. Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Third and 2, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. It's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel get a first view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the counter, so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do pull up. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Hand catch with the left, touchdown.